lectures. You have taken the admission for the agriculture course, and there are many subjects related to agri. But one subject is given for you, that is English. And you should, it is very important, you know, importance of English. And that's why it is given for you after completion of your 5-year course, a 4 to 5 year course. You will try to get a job, and that time you will understand the importance of English. So that it is given for you. Then you should try to get mastery over your English. Actually, English means mastery. You should try to get mastery over language skill, and that's why the question, the paper language 111 is given to you in your curriculum. You are getting my sound now? Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And now 3 time is over. That's why we are going to, without wasting any time further, we are going to check your syllabus. Now let us see. I'm going to share. I'm sharing a screen. Let's see the screen. And here the title of the course is given. There are courses, I know, and course number, that is given. I have written the course number, language 111. You should know the paper, name of the paper, name of the course, and the title of your course. That's why all the things are given here. Course number is language 111, and title of the course is comprehension and communication skills in English. No, there are plenty of skills. We learn, we understand many skills throughout our life. Life skills are also there. And here one skill is there, that is comprehension and communication skills in English. This paper is given for you. And the course credit is 1+1. And I am Patil VR. Let it be. Now something about communication skill. As the title of your question, title of your course or the paper is comprehension and communication skills, you must know what is comprehension. You must know communication skills. What is communication skill? Actually, you have passed your 12th standard. That's why I know you are that much capable to understand what is comprehension and what is communication. You are good students. That's why you know. And since last 10 years, you have been learning, you have been studying English as a language. That's why you know nicely what is comprehension, what is communication. Then also it is our duty to see the exact meaning of communication. I want to tell you what is communication. Students, dear students, communication is a two-way process. Now I am communicating with you. What is communication? Communication is a two-way process, and it occurs between two or more than two people. Means you know that communication is nothing but an exchange of ideas between two or more than two people. That is communication, and it is a skill. Comprehension is also it is the part and parcel of communication. Without comprehension, you cannot communicate. And comprehension is very important in our life. Anytime, every time, wherever you speak with others, we talk with others, you communicate with others, that time it is your duty to try to understand the matters spoken, matters given, matters sent. That's why comprehension is very important. Comprehension, what is comprehension? In the easy language, comprehension means nothing but to understand whatever is told. That is comprehension. And communication, as I told earlier, that communication is an exchange of ideas between two or more than two people. That is. Now this paper is there for you, comprehension and communication skills. And you have to learn this English as a part of communication. That is. And one book is prescribed for you, and the book's name is given here. I have written the name of the book. You can read the name of the book or the title of the book. That is Current English for Colleges. and it is written by N. Krishnaswamy and T. Sri Raman. These are the authors of this book, Current English for Colleges. Let's see what is there in the book. Here's something about the book. This Current English for Colleges. This book is very exciting, and it keeps forward a new approach to learning English. See, Current English is an exciting new approach to learning English in undergraduate and intermediate courses. And the book provides stimulating and motivating material and a wide range of activities. Many activities are also given here in your book. After reading the text, after reading the extracts, you will get an idea about the activities. And purposeful learning experiences are presented in the form of variety of exercises that are vocationally useful, intellectually challenging, communicatively effective, and socially relevant. Like this way, many topics are given here in your textbook. Those are very useful for you. Those will be useful for you in your future. And socially relevant topics are given in this book. And it is one of the interesting book which is prescribed in your curriculum. Now, about the author, you must know the name of the author. You must know something about the authors. And here, Current English for Colleges, this book is by K. Krishnaswamy. And that's why it is our duty to know about the authors. And don't do any other activities. It is, I am here to do the activities. You have to listen to me only. N. Krishnaswamy is one of the India's leading experts on language and linguistics with a special interest in English education, English grammar, and English teaching. These all things are very much necessary for you also. You should know the basics of grammar. His previous works include a wide range of popular and scholarly books and articles. He has written many books also, many other books also, and one of them is given for you. An inspiring teacher, educator, renowned writer, and former professor of English at the Central Institute of English and Foreign Languages, Hyderabad. That is in Andhra Pradesh, Goa. He lives in Hyderabad. He is now an educational consultant. He is the author of many useful Macmillan books like Current English for Colleges, Creative English for Communication, and Contemporary Literary Theory. Like this way, he is one of the best authors in India, and his book is given for you. Now, some of the contents, let's have a look at the contents which are given for you. Those you are going to read. Now, section 1, this book is classified into some near about 3 sections are there. This book is classified into 3 sections. First one section is titled as Your Career, means your career regarded career extracts are given in your text in this textbook. And first one topic is education. Means you are going to know the difference between English people, English students, and different English students and American students. Is this, and you have to relate yourself as an Indian student. First one topic, that is education. Then the second one topic, that is employment. Here in the next second topic, employment, we are going to know what is employment, the meaning of employment, roles, registers, all the things we are going to see in details. Then what is unemployment? This is also one of the topics suggested for you, given for you. And then the application, this is also one of the next topic. I'm just reading the names of the topics which are given in your textbook. This is a textbook. And then fifth one topic, that is planning. Is here in this book. After reading this book, after reading the extracts or the topics in the text in this book, you will understand how to write the applications, what kinds of applications are there, what kinds of letters are there, what types of letters are there, how to write curriculum vitae, how to write a resume, how to plan your resume, like all the things, how to give the interviews, how to take interviews, how to report, what kind of reports are there, how to write the reports, that all the things we will read through this book. Then general knowledge, you are the agriculture students, many of you have may have the dream to become IAS or IPS officer, or you will try to give the MPSC exams. That's why you know the importance of general knowledge, and the topic entitled as general knowledge is also prescribed here in the textbook. You will find the importance of what is the importance of general knowledge, why we should get mastery over general knowledge, that is given in this topic. That topic we will read afterwards. Then review is also given. Then section 2 is about your environment. In what kind of environment we live. Today is also a crucial period is going on for the world. Today we are facing the great challenge of corona, and all this corona is making impact on our environment, all the environments, not only physical, mental, social, all the environments. And that is, you should know our environment. What is our environment? Sections 2 is your environment. And through this section, through this environment section, we are going to know something more about stress. This word is in fashion today, and that is very important also. And how to deal with stress, how to cope up ourselves with this changed environment, that all things we will understand after reading this topic named as stress. तर अशा पद्धतीने बरेचसे टॉपिक्स तुम्हाला दिलेले आहेत. हे दिलेलं आहे मी वरती सगळे जे पॉइंट टॉपिक्सची नावं दिलेली आहेत ती तुम्हाला माहित होण्यासाठी दिलेली आहेत, तर ती तुम्ही वाचावीत. तर टेक्स्टबुक मध्ये हे सगळं आपण बघणारच आहोत. Now 11th topic is stress, and stress is the result of rat race in our society, and that is why you should try to cope up with the stress. You should try to overcome stress, and how to overcome stress, that will be understood after reading the this extract. Then 12th one topic is given. The title of the topic is No Time. Then killers, galloping growth. Some topics are not for given here. Those are not for your examination purpose. Then a topic titled as a short story, that is also very important. A beautiful story is given here. Then after the short story, environment is also one of the topic. Then a great dilemma, this topic is also there. Computerancy, what is computerancy, what is the importance of computers, these all things are given through your textbook. Then another section, third one section is titled as entertainment. Today's world is of entertainment. We enjoy this, we try to entertain ourselves by various means, and entertainment is one of the topic. Then 24th topic is you and your English, and you should try, we always try to improve our English by practice and practice, or we can improve our English. Practice makes man perfect. That's why you should try to speak with our colleagues, your colleagues. We should try to read newspapers. You should try to read novels, and after doing all the things, you can definitely get mastery over English and the language. Then usage and abuses. That is also one of the topic. War minus shooting and who's who. Like this, there are about 27 topics are given here, and those are in your textbook. Those we are going to read one by one. We will read. We will try to understand the summary of those all the topics. Then your language 111 has a practical session also. Here some topics are given here. I have written here the topics which we are going to know. And those first one topic is vocabulary. You know, importance of vocabulary. Whenever you learn any foreign language, you should try to uh, be the what storehouse of words. That's why vocabulary is very important aspect of language. You should try to get means master your vocabulary. You should try to know many words, that is antonyms, synonyms, homophones and homonyms are given, and those we are going to practice or we are going to understand at the time of practicals. Then vocabulary based on TOEFL exam and other competitive exams. Functional grammar is also suggested, given in your textbook, and articles, prepositions are given. You know that verbs are there, subject, verb, agreement, and then many written skills. You are going to learn the written skills, paragraph, how to write a paragraph, what is precise writing, what is report, how to write a report. Those are all the things we are going to know. The style, importance of professional writing, preparation of curriculum vitae, how to write a job application, all these things. Again, in practical sessions also, we are going to know interviews, how to give the interviews, what kind of questions you should ask at the time of interviews, kinds of interviews, and its importance that is given. We will try to understand at the time of practicals. Then listening comprehension, you know, listening is very important. And with this, if you want to become a good speaker, you must be a good listener first. This thing you know nicely. That is listening comprehension, listening to short talks. You should listen to short talks. You should listen to lectures, speeches. Then means, you know, after listening also you can improve your English, improve your language. Then oral communication, phonetics, stress, what is intonation, how to converse, conversation skills, all the things we are going to know. Then reading skill is also suggested for you. Reading dialogues, rapid reading, how to do intensive reading, improving reading skills. Then mock interviews are also given here. Mock interviews, testing initiatives, team spirit. What is the importance of team spirit? What are the leadership qualities? What is intellectual ability? How to take the how to participate in group discussions? All the things. Those are life skills, part and parcel of life skills. And these all are the soft skills. You should try to get the mastery over all the soft skills, and by doing this uh, you can become a good speaker, writer of language, that is English. We are going to know English language. Like this way, some practicals are also suggested for you. Now we are without wasting time, since we are not going to get more time. That's why, without wasting our precious time, we are going to deal with the practical session. I think this is practical hour. Today we are in the practical hour. We are in the practical session. That's why I'm going to start the first one practical, that is regarding listening skill. You know, students, there are four skills on all these four skills we try to get mastery over these four skills. And what are those four skills? You know nicely. Can you tell me the four skills? Can you name the four skills? Abhay Kulkarni. Abhay, where is Abhay? Do you know the skills, four basic skills of language? You have passed your 12th standard, you know nicely. That's why you should tell me the four skills of language. One skill is given here.
Letter writing.
Letter writing. This is one of the skill. Writing means letter writing is a part of writing skill. Means writing is one of the skill. Yes, that is means listening skill, writing skill, and
Reading.
yes, reading is
Vocabulary.
also reading is also one of the skill.
Speaking.
And speaking. Very
Speaking,
good.
reading, writing.
Very good. Now you know that there are four skills. First one is reading skill. Second one is writing skill. Third one is reading, writing, speaking,
Listening.
and
Listening.
listening skill. Yes, very good. This listening skill, we are going to touch up listening skill. What is listening? You know nicely. If you just now I told you that if you want to become a good speaker, good writer, then you should try to become a good listener. You should be a listener first. And after listening, to become a good listener, you have to, to become a good listener, you have to do your efforts. You have to give your efforts. You have to do your best. Now, first thing I want to tell that what is listening skill? There is a difference. Some points I have written here. We about or regarding listening skill. Here is a means there are two type of listening we do. It is an activity. You know that listening is an activity. It is a physical activity, but actually there is another activity which is for listening. You know, we need ears. 2 ears are given for us, given to us by the God, and we need ears. And another activity is also there, which is similar to listening. That is hearing. There are two activities we do always: hearing and listening. First thing you must know that there is a difference between hearing and listening. That is, hearing is simply the act of perceiving sound, and sound by the ear. You know, whatever sound we get that whatever sound we get into our ear, that time we hear the sound. And when we understand the sound, what kind of sound it is, then that time we do the activity that is known as listening. Just perceiving the sound by the ear, that is hearing, and understanding it is and paying attention to that sound and understanding it is the listening activity. Hearing is just a physiological activity, and listening is not only physiological, it is psychological activity. That is, and for hearing is very basic activity, and listening we need to pay attention. That is very important. Whenever you are student, you are university student now. You are university student, and that's why it is very important for you to get or to know the listening skill. You should have that ability to listen to others. You should have that ability to listen to the speakers, listen to your teachers, listen to your colleagues, listen to your friends, whatever. Listen to your parents. Listening is a very great thing, and listening is a skill. And to get mastery over listening, you should listen others with by paying attention. In listening, you have to pay attention towards the sound, and getting the sound is hearing, and paying attention to the sound, that is listening. And you know, this is the fact that people, those have the successful people, you can say, those all the successful people or people, those have excel at their work or marriages, or friendship. They are the one that have ability to listen. Means without listening, we can't get success in our life. So that is, listening is very important to get success in our life. That is, now listening is skill is given here. That is first one, practical. The name of the practical to listen, and main aim of this activity is that you should learn to listen. You should understand the importance of listening. You should not do hearing, you should do listening activity. That is the aim of this first one, practical. And it's by listening we can gather knowledge from all over the world. It is a source. Means listening is one of the source of gathering knowledge, collecting knowledge or information. That is why listening is very important. Listening is one of the skill, and that must be developed. You should try your best to develop listening skill, and don't do the activities. And many people do not listen carefully, and that's why they get failure. First one thing this is. Then that's why to get success, you should listen intuitively, and you should try to listen to the speakers carefully. And this you are the students, that's why at the time or in the classrooms, you should pay attention towards your speakers or the professors, and you should listen to them carefully, and then only you will get uh, good results. Listening will make effective. Now how to become a good listener, like this way, means we can talk about this. First one thing, be a motivational listener. First thing is suggested for you through this practical. That is, in this practical, uh, you should understand the importance of listening skill, and you should try to become a motivational listener. Determine why what the speaker is saying is important to you. Now here is also one activity. Communication is going on. Communication between me and you. I am talking. I am telling. I am giving something. I am talking about listening skill, and you are there to listen. You are listening, and this is also communication is going on. If you want to make your communication effective as a student, if you want to make your communication, classroom communication effective, then you should listen to your speakers carefully, and you should pay attention towards your speakers and towards what they speak. तर तुमचे स्पीकर्स काय बोलत आहेत, स्पीकर म्हणजे तुमचे जे कोण पुढे असतील, लेक्चरर्स असतील, प्रोफेसर असतील, ते काय बोलत आहेत, आणि त्याच्याकडे तुमचं लक्ष असणं पाहिजे. And then when you should, that's why you should try to be motivational speaker. You should be motivated. You should be motivated towards the speaker and towards what they say, what they speak. That is motivational speaker. You should not be unmotivated listener. You should be motivational listener or motivated listener. Don't be unmotivated listener. Now second one thing is there given, be a serious learner, and listening is by becoming a good listener, you can become a serious learner also. You have to consider, means you are students, that's why these all the things are given, suggested for you. Take responsibility for what is being said, that is a serious matter, and take interest in your speakers said matter, and be serious learner. Then stay away from physical and mechanical barriers. Communication, it is in the process of communication, or in communication process, there are many hurdles which occur in between the speaker and the listener, and those barriers, those are the barriers. Those many barriers are there. Many barriers occurs between speaker and listener, physical barrier and mechanical barrier. If there are physical and mechanical barriers, you should try to stay away from these barriers. Noise is also one of the barrier. Many barriers come between in the process of communication. Many times, suppose a teacher is teaching, and suddenly there is knock on the door. Means what happens? The teacher stops for a while. Students also start looking at the door. Means they get interrupted. Means or that is why, means someone knocks, means that is physically someone comes come there, and that's why the barrier occurs. Barrier means hindrance. We can say that is a hurdle or hindrance or a difficulty in the process of communication. Means if there is a physical barrier, noise is a barrier. Noise is a physical barrier. Distance is also a type of physical barrier. You know, and if these barriers are there, then there is no communication. There is no listening activity, and there is no communication. That's why if noise is there, or if there is a distance matters, then we should try to stay away from these barriers. Mechanical barriers means if there are faulty machines, fault in the machine or faulty machines are the faulty machines cause mechanical barriers. For example, now the lecture is going, and if there is no internet connection, or there is some fault in your mobile, then we will not carry forward our lecture. That means we will say that there is mechanical barrier. The teaching is some work is going on, and suddenly the electricity goes and the work stops, communication stops, means there is also mechanical barriers. If there are barriers, many barriers are there in the activity, that if physical barrier is there, mechanical barrier is there, then we should try to stay away from the barriers, and we should try to be a good listener. We should try to avoid all the barriers. Then means we should, if there is noise, then we should try to move away from the sources of noise and barriers. Then what will happen is we should try to stop the distractions. To be a good listener, we should try to stay away from the distractions. Then listen to the speaker. That is our responsibility as a student. It is your responsibility to listen to your teachers, just listen to your parents. Or in the process of communication, there are two people. The person who speaks, he is the speaker, and the person at the next end, he is the listener. And if you want to do your communication effective, then you should listen to the speaker. Listener should pay attention towards the speaker's words. Is listen to the speaker. If you want to become a good listener, if you want to get success in your uh, you want to get skills, or you want to success in your life or in your studies, then you should try to become a good listener and listen to the speaker. It is a suggestion given to you. Means I think these are all the things you know nicely, but those also, it is our duty to read these. Then look for the main idea. Whenever you listen to your teacher or speaker, whenever you listen to anybody's lecture or anybody's speech, that time it is your duty as a listener, it is your duty to look for the main ideas. You should try to get the gist of the said matter. You should try to summarize the matter. You should try to get the main central idea from the said matter. So look for the main idea. This is also very important for a listener. Then this is the activity suggested suggested to the listener. Very nice. Listen to what the speaker is saying, and look for the speaker's pattern of organization. In a lecture, a speaker is generally referring to the notes and to some other information, and that time it is the responsibility of the listener to listen carefully and try to jot down the notes. All these skills, listening, writing, speaking, and these all the four skills are interrelated to each other. Then don't let your mind wander here and there. Now the teaching is something, I'm telling something, and you should not allow your mind to wander here and there. And that is, don't let your mind wander. Then take notes. If you want to become a good listener, you should have habit of writing the notes, taking and making the notes. Like this way, some of the points given here, those will help you to be a good listener. And these are the characteristics of a good listener. After becoming a good listener, you can become a good speaker and a writer as well. That's why these 7 points written here, those are very important. You should think over these points. Now, some bad habits are given here. It is a subject. That's why you should know these all the points at the time of exam, at the time of oral. These points will help you. Examiner will ask you, tell some bad listening habits. Then you should be able to talk about bad listening habits. Here are some bad 9 to 10 bad listening habits. Here are some bad listening habits. First one bad listening habit written here, that is calling the subject dull. You know that many listeners, many students, or many bad listeners are there. There are two kinds of listeners, good listeners and bad listeners. But they listen, that is very important. Bad listeners often find a subject dry. Many listeners are there. They find the subject dull, dry, confusing, and boring. And that's why what happens, if you find the subject dry and dull, then you try to avoid the that subject. You try to you don't pay attention to your speaker, and that's why you should leave this habit of calling the subject dull. Though the subject is uninteresting, then also you should try to pay attention towards the subject, and you should not call the subject dull. Take interest in your subject, take interest in the speaker, and listen the speaker with interest. That is, if you are a bad listener, then you will call your subject dull. That is, it is the habit of a bad listener. Then second one habit of the bad listener given here, that is criticizing the speaker. You should not criticize always. That is the responsibility of a critic. Now you are a student, you are not a critic. That's why it is not your duty. You should not criticize the speaker. That is you should avoid this habit of criticizing the speaker. If you are a bad listener, then you start criticizing the speakers. You start poking fun on his said matter. You start finding mistakes in the speaker's said matter. That is not a good sign of a listener, and that will not help you in the future. That's why you should stop criticizing the speaker. But if you are a bad listener, then you start criticizing the speaker. Many means this is a sport today. Many bad listeners, for many bad listeners, it is a sport that they find fault with the speaker's words. They find faults with the speaker's looks also, talks, acts, and the words. You should not find faults with speaker's words, looks, and acts. Getting now? Are you getting or not?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Try to get the idea, whatever I am telling you, that try to get. It is the responsibility of a listener. Communication is a two-way process. Here is also communication is going on, communication between you and me. I'm trying to tell something to you and you are listening. But while listening, you should think, you should use your brains, you should use your past experiences, and then only our communication will become that is effective. And to make our communication effective, it is the responsibility of a listener to listen and think. Then you should not criticize your speaker. This is one thing which is very important, told here and written here. It is good listeners, they don't criticize. but they quickly begin to pay attention to what is said. Then getting overstimulated, that is also, you should not get overstimulated. You should stop getting overstimulated. If you are a bad listener, this is a bad listening habit. Getting overstimulated is a bad listening habit. Listening efficiency drops to 0 then when the listeners react strongly, so strongly, to one part of the presentation that they miss. Like this simulation, it is important that we understand the speaker's point of view. We should try to understand the speaker's point of view, and we should try to accept. Before accepting or rejecting the speaker, we should try to understand speaker's point of view. Then only decide whether to accept his um, philosophy or not. That is, then listening for facts. Bad listeners always try to get the facts. They listen only for the facts. It is not that much important. Most people think that it is important to listen for facts. It is not. That is totally true. It is the poor listeners who say they listen for the facts. And you should not become a poor listener or bad listener. You should try to become a good listener. Then trying to outline everything, that is also one of the bad listening habit. You should not try to outline everything. There is nothing wrong with making an outline, you know this, or of the speech, but it is not always that much important to do the outline of everything, each and everything. You should be flexible. Good listeners are flexible, and bad listeners, they try to outline each and everything. Good listeners are always flexible. Then faking attention, that is faking attention, the pose of chin, you know that fake. You just try to make the show, that is faking attention. You do the or you adapt the gesture as if you are paying a lot of attention to your speaker, but actually your mind is not there in the classroom. Means that is, faking attention is not useful for effective communication or for effective listening. It is faking attention is a sign of bad listener. They just take the position or the pose as if they are paying attention, but actually their attention is somewhere else. Like this happens. You are student, you know nicely what happens, and that is faking attention is not good sign. It is bad. It is very much bad. It is not that much good. It will be it is not that much good for a listener. If you are a bad listener and you do so, if you do taking attention, then in future it will not help you. Taking attention, this is very important. Then you should know this. Then tolerating distractions, you should not tolerate distractions. In the beginning only we talked about distractions. There are many distractions just now. The distractions are many there. You know, physical distractions are there, sound, noise. Then sometimes there are mechanical distractions. Sometimes lexical distractions are also there, and some distractions are there. Those are language related, lexical distractions. Let it be, but we should not tolerate all these distractions. You should try to avoid distractions. You know the importance of this paying attention. If there are distractions, then you should not tolerate these distractions, difficulties or hindrances or any other problems. If there are some hurdles coming in the process of listening, then you should not tolerate them. That is, poor listeners, they are they get distracted easily. If you are a poor listener, then you get distracted easily. But try to become a good listener. That's why it is very important for you to do the meditation and yoga. That is, it is a matter of mind. That is tolerating distraction. You should not tolerate distraction. Bad listeners always tolerate distraction. They easily get distracted, and they become the prey to the disturbances. You should not become that prey to, you should not get prey or become prey of the distractions easily, disturbances easily. Then choosing there is plenty of easy listening available, and bad listeners only try to get easy listening availabilities. This is not good thing. They make choices. Making choice is not the solution for getting success in the your studies. While as a student you listen, choosing only what is, you should not be choosy. If the matter is easy, you start listening to the matter. If you finds matter difficult, then you easily avoid, you start avoiding the matter, you start avoiding the speaker. You should not do so. You should not be choosy. You should uh, try to listen each and every matter said or said by your speaker, and choosing only what is easy. This is a bad listening habit. It is a sign of bad listener. Then speech and thought speed is also matters, and bad listeners, they get prey of speech and thought speed. If speaker talks or says his words speedily, then they get distracted. They can't understand the speaker's words, and this is a sign of bad listener. You should not bother about the speaker's speech, the speaker's speed. Many speakers are there, they speak very speedily. They have great speed in their speech, and that's why if some bad listeners, they get distracted, and they are unable to pay attention towards the speaker. And that is why it is here given here that it is a bad listening habit, speech and thought speed. It is a bad listening speed. Like this way, so here are some 9, I think 9 to 10 uh, bad listening habits are given here. You should do by heart, and you should try to understand the importance of listening. What is given here through this practical, practical R is going on. And first one practical, I told you the title of first one practical is learning by listening. You should learn by listening. You should try to become a good listener. If you become a good listener, then you can learn a lot. You can become the storehouse of knowledge. That's why you should listen. Listen first. Listen to your speaker. Listen to the speaker who is telling something to you. And then it is your responsibility. It is a sign of good listener uh, that he listens first. And if any doubt is there, any difficulty is there, any question arises, then he should ask afterwards. That is the sign of good listener. Listen first, and then you can have your time to ask the questions or ask the difficulties or doubts. If you become a good listener, then you will definitely become a good speaker, and you can get success in your learning. That is why listening skill is given here in the first unit of your practical. Understood?